Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Traders 20 on ET Now. I'm Megha Chadha.
Hi, everyone. I'm Avan Bashwell. Traders 20, this is a show where we get you a daily dose of 20 fresh stock ideas so that you can have a profitable trading day. Our technical experts, they'll be with us over the next half hour to identify some of the most exciting bets in the markets.
And alongside all the equity trading ideas, we'll also be showcasing commodity picks as well as strategies that would help you make the best of the futures and options markets. So let's get started then. First up, by introducing the 6 technical equity experts who will be joining in on the show. Ashwini would be with us from Delhi, Mitesh, Sandeep and Prakash Gaba from Mumbai, Rajat Bose from Kolkata and Deepak Mohani from Pune.
What's happening with the equity markets? Well, it's a pretty flattish move, you'd have to say, on the index, although we are a little bit below that 6,050 mark and currently at 6,045. For the Sensex, 19,972. That's down by just about 14 points. The market breadth as we speak is split right in the middle, and take a look at that support and pillar of strength. Reliance Industries currently at 866, highest point of the day. On SR Oil's high GRMs, there is an expectation that come Friday, Reliance Industries too will put out a good set of numbers, particularly when it comes to the GRM. So as we speak, it's higher by 2.3%. But not just that, you've got a whole host of gainers then coming in the form of auto as well as IT stocks. Oil and gas as well as healthcare stocks. So you've got HCL Technologies, which is holding up, Dr. Reddy's as well as Ranbaxy, so clearly doing their part. Siemens, GAIL India, Bajaj Auto also doing well for itself. You've got Lupin and Cipla. Ambuja Cements is holding up in the green. Bharti Airtel, Bank of Baroda, and is seeing a little bit of movement as well in Reliance Infrastructure. On the downside, though, you've got Tata Motors, disappointing JLR numbers, Jindal Steel and Power under pressure. High beta in the form of Jayaprakash Associates, KN India, M&M not looking too good, Tata Power, and you've got the IT pack in the form of TCS as well as Infi looking a tad weak. Well, on that note, let's get it straight with Traders 20 by giving you a disclaimer first from our end. Please do make sure that you consult your financial advisor before taking on board any recommendations. Start off with Ashwini Gujral and Mitesh Shakkar joining into the show. Ashwini, how are you playing the Nifty at these levels and what are your top trading recommendations?
I've been saying since morning that, the momentum and the market breadth is quite weak, and it's a slow upward grind, but not one that you would trust, because, if one stock takes up the Nifty, like it's Reliance today, how many days you can have these one stock rallies? You want to see, participation from other large heavyweights, but if you see behind the surface, I think lots of heavyweights are facing selling, some of them because they have run up and now they are coming out with the expected results and hence are going into reactions. So I don't think there is much to do on the Nifty unless, Reliance can take out 880 with strong volumes, close strong. That would, probably take the Nifty up a bit. But to a large extent, I am flat on the main indices, which is Bank Nifty and Nifty. I need to see them at a better risk reward position to take index positions. On stocks, Polaris has gone up today sharply post a large decline over a long period of time. This is a buy with a stop about 123, target of 138. RIL, let's hope the breakout works, and this is a buy with a stop about 855, target of 910. But four-wheelers are facing selling. Tata Motors is a sell with a stop about 331, target of 310. And Mahindra & Mahindra is a sell with a stop about 925, target of 890.
Alright, so we've got 3 large cap recommendations coming in from Ashwini right now. And Mitesh, it clearly looks like that Reliance Industries and M&M are the favorites today. So tell us about the levels that you'll be watching out for both of them, as well as your view on the markets right now.
I think in the market still looks like we might go through a small upward kind of grind as long as we are not breaking around 59.90 to about 6,000 on the spot. I think Nifty should be okay, and there's a good chance that we might head towards 6150, 6180. That's the kind of broad view which we are carrying. Got a sell on M&M. I think Ashwini rightly mentioned four-wheelers are facing some kind of sell pressure. It's broken down from consolidation, so can be sold with a stop at 932 for target of 885. Reliance is a buy with a stop at 846 for 900. as the first price target. It's given some strong intraday buy signals today. Crompton is a buy with a stop at 119.75 for a target of 128. It's managed to get past the 200 averages, as well as some short-term averages have been cleared by the stock price. And finally, a buy on Reliance Capital with a stop at 489 for a price target of 525. Again, for the reasons that we've seen buy signals being given on the intraday charts.
Okay, that's a word coming in from Nitesh and his top trading recommendations this morning. Time to get individual stock queries then answered on the show. And the first query for the day comes in the banking space on South Indian Bank, which put out a great set of numbers yesterday. We've got Shashwati Pal, who is joining in on the phone line from Kolkata. Hi Shashwati, thanks for being with us. What's your query on South Indian Bank?
Hello. Good morning, madam.
Good morning. What's your question?
I have bought 850 shares of South Indian Bank at the rate 30 rupees 18 paise per share. Should I hold or sell? Time horizon 1 month.
Madam, problem is that you have bought Bank Nifty after some kind of a rally, or rather the South Indian Bank after some kind of a rally, and 1 month is probably too short. South India Bank has already rallied from levels about I think closer to 20 to about 30. Now chances are it will consolidate a bit here and then move forward. So 1 month may not be enough, but overall the stock looks good, and once we are able to get past this 29-30 zone where it's facing some kind of trouble, we should look at levels about 41, 42. That's possible, but it'll take some time and it'll need a good strong breakout. Maybe that will happen once the policy is out of the way, etc. I don't know, but please keep a stop loss about 27. If 27 comes, you should take it and then reconsider whether you need to get in at lower levels, because we are sitting on a 3-month rally where it's had a 50% upside from $20 to $30, but overall the stock looks good as far as the smaller value stocks are concerned.
Okay, so South Indian Bank is looking good, and Shashwati, you need to be patient with this particular investment. Before we take up the next query then, we've got some more information coming in on Kingfisher Airlines, which is seeking a stay order, and it's moved the Supreme Court, in fact, and it's seeking a stay order against the IT department's 460 crore rupee tax demand. This, of course, is being reported by the wires right now, and they have sought a stay on the High Court order that was given that they need to deposit 50% of those tax dues with the court. So they have moved the Supreme Court seeking, a stay against this particular order. Just a few moments ago as well, we'd given you information how the CEO of Kingfisher Airlines had also updated the DGCA about the situation on the ground with the airline. Right now, the stock holding up very, very smartly. It's up by about 4.6% there, roughly at the highest point of the session. Move on then and take up the second query for the day, and this one comes in on an Adani Enterprises. We've got Geeta on the line with us. Geeta, hi, thanks very much for calling in. Tell us about your holding in Adani Enterprises.
Hi, good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. I am having 100 Adani Enterprises bought at the rate of 275 rupees. And it is hovering around 270 rupees. So I want to know the prospects. I can wait for 3 months.
Well, as you know that Adani is kind of a high beta type of stock and it needs a good strong market. I think Adani has bottomed out. It's bottomed out very close to the previous lows, about 140, 150. From there it's had a substantial rally. Now I think you need to hold on to Adani. As I told the previous caller, as long as we stay above 255. Once we start breaking 255, then there could be a deeper correction which may or may not go to 220, 225. So you don't want to be, holding through such a large correction. 255 was a recent pivot. I think it was the low a couple of days back. That's fine. If you have to take a 15 rupee loss and then you can buy at lower levels, that's much better than holding with a 50 rupee loss. That will be clearly more disconcerting. The market momentum is flagging a bit. So unless the market momentum recovers and Adani does something special, 255 is your stop, and upside targets are 290 and 325. These January, February months are volatile, so hold on to your stops because the market may be sideways and could move sharply on either side.
Okay, some levels to watch out for on Adani Enterprises, which is higher by 0.3%. Our last and final query for the day. This one comes in from Hyderabad as an email from Sachid Anand Dev in Hyderabad on M&M. Well, now he's bought 50 shares of the counter at an average price of 678 rupees per share. He now wants to know if he should hold or book profits with a time horizon of the next 1 to 2 years.
See, Mahindra and Mahindra, 1 to 2 years, as I keep saying, if you have a different time frame, you need to use a different moving average. 1 to 2 years means you need to use the 200-day moving average. That's about 780, 785. So within the next 1 or 2 years, it will come back towards 780, 785. That's still $100 above your break-even price. So you must hold on with that in mind. See, in most of the world, autos is considered cyclical. I, sort of differ in this country. Autos is consumption, and there is so much demand that slowdowns are also not great slowdowns where, autos keep selling, stop selling and government has to give bailouts. It's never that sort of a situation. So over time, 1 to 2 years, I see 1100, 1125 kind of levels. But for that, you have to keep a 785 stop. If you don't want to lose any gains and, you want to protect all your profit, then this is the time to exit because four-wheelers are looking a bit weak. Maybe a seasonal dip. They may get a seasonal dip. But since you mentioned 1 to 2 years, then your stop loss is, at your 200-day moving average.
Okay, so you could look at booking your profits, but if you'd like to hold on for the longer term, keep in mind the stop loss that Ashwini's recommended. A disclaimer then from our end before we move ahead with this show that if you act on any of the advice that's been given, please consult your investment advisor before doing so. Well, the markets certainly have given up those gains, so it's off by about 13 odd points on the benchmark, but the mid-cap index is also flattened out. But we still have quite a few individual movers. We've got an HDL that's added on a good 2.5% right now. Aditya Birla is also looking strong. It's at about 1180 as we speak. Motherson Sumi as well as India Cement also seeing quite a bit of traction. From the some of the other names, the Strides Arcolabs as well as Ashok Leyland is looking good. However, on the losing side, we've got a GE Shipping that's knocked off over 2%. Indian Overseas Banks also looking wobbly, as is Indiabulls Financial as well as a Kansai Nerolac.
Okay, well, that's how the broader markets are currently shaping up. Let's get in Sandeep Wagle as well as Prakash Gaba to find out the trading ideas that they're doling out this Wednesday morning. Sandeep, start off with you.
A buy in Reliance Industries, which has given a very clear breakout in the daily charts. A stop loss of 854, target of 915. This move should come in over the next 2 to 3 to 4 trading sessions. The second one is a Aditya Birla Novo, stop loss of 115, target of 1230. Flag breakout in the daily charts. Again, this move should come in 2 to 3 trading sessions. And a sell in M&M, stop loss 928, target 890. A breakdown of multiple supports in the daily charts. This move should also come in the next 2 or 3 trading sessions.
Okay, so Reliance Industry is really just taking it away because all our 4 experts, so far at least, have got a call on this. And Mr. Gaba, what are the levels you think one needs to watch out for? And take us through your other recommendations as well.
Well, I'll start with Reliance Industries. Industrial infrastructure looks like it's given a beautiful breakout, should climb to levels closer to 498, have a stop below 473 and trade the long side. It's a couple of days trade. Again, looks like Reliance seems to be a favorite. It's given a beautiful breakout at closer to around 847, 848 zone. That's the place I would have a stop. And expect Reliance Industries to climb to levels closer to 885. I think it should take a day or two for that to happen, Reliance Industries. And the third stock that I like is Sterlite Industries. Again, a fresh breakout has come in at closer to 118 or so. I would have a stop below 116 and expect it to climb to levels closer to 122 in the days to come. So all 3 buys, including Reliance, favorite.
Okay, those are 3 buy calls coming in from Prakash Gava and some stocks that are looking good on the charts. Okay, what's happening with the broader markets? Well, you'd have to say that there is absolutely lack of enthusiasm for the small cap index, much in tandem with the way the frontliners are panning out. So as we speak, it's higher by a mere 4 points. Let's point out then some of the gainers there. You've got a Zodiac Clothing, which is inching up, and that means that over the last 1 month, it's risen a good 36%. Polaris Finance also in the limelight on the upside, so as we speak, 6.5% higher. Riddhi Siddhi Glucose, that's also showing you quite a bit of traction. So as we speak at a level of 297.5. You've got Kingfisher Airlines, quite a bit of news coming in on that one. So keep an eye out on this counter. It is close to the highest point of the day. Inox, there has been quite a bit of news brewing around that one in talks of buying Fun Cinemas, and the counter is holding up firmly. On the downside though, it's Arshia International. No surprises to see that candidate on the losers list. Deccan Chronicle, for obvious reasons, the NSE has suspended the counter on account of non-compliance of the listing agreement. Consolidated Construction Consortium, after rising 23% in the last 1 month, is off today. NCC also features on the losers list, as does Ajay Balaji.
Okay, let's move on then and get you some more trading ideas that you should be looking at. Rajat Bose as well as Deepak Mohani join in then on the show. Rajat, I start with you first, and 3 long recommendations from you.
Yeah, 3 long recommendations. I would suggest first Reliance Capital. You can trade it with a stop below 496 and the target would be 506 on the upside, and stop loss is very short, because if the market were to really move down, then you can actually get out of this position, or if it is already below the stop loss position, then you are not taking the trade. HDIL, it looks much better. This is one stock that can take you up to say 123, 124 kind of levels. Put a stop below 118.50. And the third stock is TCS. After an initial fall, TCS was moving up, and so buy it with a stop below 13.14, and the targets are 13.29, 13.36 and 13.42. So these are the 3 trading calls from my side, and stop losses should be adhered very strictly.
Okay, those are some of the recommendations that Rajat Bose has for us. Finally, let's get in Deepak Mohani and find out what he's betting on. 2 buys and a sell, is it?
Yes, it is. The 2 buys, the first of them is Tech Mahindra, which sporadically has been making pretty good moves. It looks like one of them is on the way again. The stock today is at a 17-week high after a very small correction. The buys comes with a stop loss of 990 and a target of 1045. Second buy is Reliance Infra. Now this has got a fair amount of momentum going for itself for some time now. The stock also corrected briefly, and today you get an entry point with a stop loss of 550 and a target of 580. Both of these are short-term trades, so expected holding period would be somewhere between 2-3 days to possibly a week. The short sale is, however, intraday, not to be carried forward, because it's an IOB, and banks sporadically have been making pretty good moves, so you don't want to be stuck short in it too long. So this is a day trade in Indian Overseas Bank with a stop loss of 91 and a target of 88.
So an intraday short call coming in on an IOB and 2 longs on a Tech Mahindra as well as a Rel Infra. With that, let's get you some commodity ideas as well and a sense of what's happening in this particular pocket of the market. Manisha Gupta, commodities editor, is here with us. Manisha, hi. It's a fair bit of momentum that's building up on the long side, at least for oil as well as precious metals.
It sure is, yes. There is buying coming in on all of those opportunities there, especially for the precious metal space, where you have the gold prices trading at around 2-week highs and platinum clearly overperforming with nearly 3-month highs coming in for that space as well. Also, if you look at into this year on how the performance has been, you have seen gold prices gain up by 0.5%, silver is up nearly 4%, and platinum outperforming by nearly 9% of gains in 2013 till time. The weak US dollar has been supportive. The central bank buying the biggies in the international markets, also holding their stakes in gold, is something that has really proved positive for this space there. The crude oil prices in the meanwhile have seen a bit of a slippage coming in. We did see 111, 112 also hold in for the Brent, just about 110 holding on to that space now, and we have come back in NYMEX also down from those $94 per barrel kind of levels in the market yesterday. There has been an increase in the US inventories, and there also are those uncertainty still happening in talks about the US budget and ceiling. That is something that's weighing onto this space as well. There also is a Fitch warning against the US debt rating, and that is something that also has taken some sheen away from most of those industrial commodities. Bit of a decline also seen in case of the base metal prices. You have copper, which is trading at around 2-week lows, and it's 1-month lows coming in for aluminum and zinc as well. There's not much buying happening from China as they are headed ahead for the Lunar New Year, and also markets are now looking at Fitch statements, and there is some pressure because of that as well in the markets. How do you trade all of those commodities then ahead of the crucial data coming in from the US markets today? For that, let's get in Kunal Shah from Nirmal Bang, and he joins us on the show. Kunal, hi, welcome. Let's start with the precious metal space first, and that continues to shine bright. How would you want to trade in silver in the day today?
We recommend going long in MCX silver futures at 59,350 with a stop loss placed below 59,000 and expect prices to move up and test levels of 59,900.
Kunal, also how would you look at the copper prices? Because 2013 started on a positive note, but last week and this week also has seen more selling than buying.
We recommend going short in MCX copper futures at 443 with a stop loss placed above 446 and expect prices to decline and test levels of 437.
All right, Kunal, we'll let you go at that. Appreciate you joining us. So those are the two calls coming in from Nirmal Bang. A buy on silver but sell on copper is how they would want to trade commodities today. With that, it's back to you, Yavan.
Manisha, thanks so much for coming in and giving us all of those commodity trading strategies. Well, that about wraps it up on Traders 20. Here's that disclaimer once again. Please do make sure that you consult your financial advisor if you'll be taking positions in any of the stocks recommended. And thanks very much to our team of technical experts who joined in and walked us through their equity trading bets.